Shall we begin?
All right, so what I got right now, you can see I've already kind of started doing it. The little cuts there for the box and sheetrock. So I put the sheetrock up, and then we had a slight change of plans, or an omission in some of the wire that was ran. So in here, what I ended up having to do is I had to run the wires up in there, and you can see some of it there. So there's two runs there, but one of them is not stubbed out in the wall. So I actually have to get it connected, because that's going to be the front light and the outside light for the patios on both sides of the deck. And we want them on the same switch, because they're basically nighttime lights. And the other one up front is actually going to be on a motion detector. So that's what we're doing on that one. So right now what I'm doing is, let me see if you can see it. You probably can't. But the way this is cut, I angled it away from the cut instead of just going straight up. What that's going to kind of do is it's going to cut the sheetrock. I'm cutting it in a square, but it's going to have an angled edge. So when we go back to patch it up, I won't have to worry about trying to screw that piece into a backer board or putting a board up there or a mesh or something to hold in place. Because of the angle that I'm cutting it, it actually won't come down. It can go up, but it won't come down. And when I get it cut out and I take it out of place, I'll show you, so you'll kind of see a little better about what I'm talking about. But so I'm going to cut that up, and when we go back to do the rest of the taping and floating for the roof, we'll be able to patch this up as well, and you won't even know it was there. So, but I had to cut that open so I can get the wires connected, so that's what I'll be doing here. Alright, so got the wires ran and connected. I went ahead and put my little square back, and as you can see, it's staying up there because of the beveled edge. So it's kind of like a wedge. It can only go up, but it can't come down. So now when we go back and sheetrock, we'll get a little plaster inside the seams around each of it, and then I'll be able to smooth it out, level it out, and tape and float it like it never existed. So that's where we are with that point as far as that goes. We're just going to kind of show you that we finished up with the insulation for the vaulted part of the ceiling, the living room area, so you can see it there, all put in place and stapled up there in place. You can see our fan. We've got a larger fan than we had before. I switched those out. You can see those are not speakers, those are my lights. You can see them both up there. They go along with the other ones there you probably saw in the previous video. But as you can see, we went with the batting up there on the top. If you notice, that's an R30 that we put on the top part, and then in the walls we're looking at R19. Now we were going to go with spray foam. We talked about that in some of the earlier videos, but we decided not to do that. We did find a couple of kits that talked about 200 square feet, which is roughly about the size of the whole ceiling area. It was about $300, $400 for the kit. Sounded good. We were looking at spray foam. The wife was looking at it later on. It actually said it only had an R value of 7. But we continued with our research. We found that the 200 square feet for about that $350, $400 was actually for 1-inch thick spray foam, and it only gives you an R value of 7 when it's about 1 inch thick. That's at least the one that we were looking at getting. So to get the higher R value, the spray foam has to be applied thicker, and as you can see in the chases, you got the 2x4s. They're usually about 3.5 inches in width or so, roughly, and you would normally fill that whole thing up. So you're looking at about roughly 3.5 inch thick spray foam, which can give you those higher R values of like 21, 24, 28 or so more, because the spray foam is getting thicker versus an inch thick. You're looking at about 3.5 inches of spray foam, and that's when you get the higher R value. But to do that for that area with the kit that we were looking at, we're looking about almost $900 to $1,000 in spray foam. So we went ahead and decided to go ahead and stick with the R30. We'll be venting out the chases on both sides to accommodate, since it's going to be a semi-open cavity. So that's why we didn't go with the spray foam, and we went with the R30. So as you can see, the pink batting is completely in place, and now we just need to go pick up our sheetrock and get the sheetrock in place for this section here.
All right, so I'm back. Wanted to jump in here really quick and first of all thank everyone that gave their support and their well wishes. We are doing a lot better than of course in the beginning. I was told that it takes about 4 to 6 weeks for heal time, so I've still been taking it a little easy on the lifting, but I'm kind of back to normal, my normal routine, and I feel about 85% good, but until we hit that 6-week mark, I'm going to still take it easy on the lifting. So in the future videos, I probably won't be doing a bunch of lifting just for a couple more weeks, and but I can do other things. So one of the things that I wanted to jump in here is that we got a couple requests. One person wanted to know our floor plan and to get a drawing of that, and then someone else wanted to know how much the roof cost us to build the roof out once it was complete. So the thing with the roof is that the roof is done. We have a couple of areas where, and I'll show that, where the wood meets the container, where we have 3 areas where it's dripping through, like you just see this line running through, and we've tried so many different things to, like outside, we've used the red guard on it that we used in the bathroom, and it's still coming through. So we're still currently working on that. It's not bad enough that it's, but we're getting ready to sheetrock, so we need to get that fixed. So if you have any ideas, go ahead and shoot us a comment. But those are the couple of things that we haven't got airtight yet. But I'll give the cost on that and then a rundown of how much we've spent at this point, because we've done a video before. But let me go ahead and show you our floor plan, and some things have changed, and I'll point those out as well. Alright, so this is the floor plan. I've previously drew up, excuse my son's drawing on top of it. But like I said, some things have changed, and I'll point that out. Now, if you've been following us, we are currently living in this as we're building it. So this container over here is about 80% complete. I'm going to push it up a little bit so you can see it. This room here, we just opened up this door, and that would be to go into the bedroom, and this is the living room. But we're currently in this room here, and then the bathroom, and then my son's room. Now when I say about 80% complete, that is because we have not done the crown molding in any of the rooms. We haven't done the floor in both bedrooms. We haven't put down the carpet, but the tile is done in the bathroom. Now the hallways here is not complete as well, and that's because my husband is working on electrical that's in this space here in the ceiling that's running over to our electric box over here. The area that we're currently working on now is this living room space. I'm going to pull it back again. This living room space, and that's what we're currently in. This right here from container to container is 16 feet. And then across is about 20 feet. And I say about 20 because if you've paid attention to containers, they have these little ridges on the sides, and we had to kind of adjust the wood based on those ridges. So it might be a little bit more than 20 feet just because of those bumps. We were going to put a glass garage door here. My husband still wants that, but right now, if you've noticed, the front door is right here, and then I have 3 glass really long 7 feet windows, and then along the back we were going to put 1 sliding glass door, but we wanted even more light. I'm always talking about the light. So we have 2. So we have a garage sliding doors, glass doors right here and right here. And then if you've been following us, again, you know that later we're going to add 2 more containers up here at the top, and they'll go right along that area right there. So that's going to make this a covered patio in the back. And then this part right here, and just this one area, is that vaulted ceiling, because it's going to butt right up to where that container is going to be sitting. And that's why we have that temporary roof there, because we're going to add those containers next year. Come October, when the heat finally breaks and cools down a little bit, we will be going ahead and opening up this wall. It's 17 feet. We're going to leave a little bit of container on each side, but it's 17 feet, so that my island will sit right in the middle of it, on each side. We already, as you saw, put in the 3 lights, and then he added, which was not part of the floor plan, he added 2 more lights in here, and then that ceiling fan is sitting right in the middle. We will be getting a bigger ceiling fan later, but the one that we did get from friends. They were taking theirs down, and of course I love free, and it's beautiful, so we went ahead and put that ceiling fan there. Now later, when, like I said, in October, when we open this up, this will become my kitchen, my dining room at the end. We added a bay window here. That is a change, and then our steps will be here to go up to the 2nd level, and then my washer and dryer will go underneath those steps. Once we open this up and it's completely insulated and done, we are going to move that front door from over here to the side. Now that might seem strange to some, but we wanted, since this part here, I'm going to move this back a little bit, is going to be covered due to the 2 containers hanging over. I wanted to be able to drive up, get my groceries out if it's raining, and come in the door. So yes, my front door is going to be on the side of my house, but that's what I wanted. So that's pretty much the gist of our floor plan for the lower level. I feel like right now I haven't been focused a whole lot on the upper level, so I'm not going to show that right now, just because like I said, we are living in it. So I'm literally just trying to get to this area over here so that I can have a kitchen to cook in, and I can have a laundry to wash my clothes in. So that's it on that. As far as the roof, we've spent about $21,000. The last update that we did about 6 months ago was at $14,000. Yeah, we were at $14,035 or $45 in about 6 months ago, and we've almost hit $21,000 so far. So we're at $20,900. The roof alone ran us about $2,088. Now that's because we had to buy 20-foot boards to go along that vaulted area. And if you've seen the front of our house, and you've watched those previous videos, it was a lot of wood going across. Actually wasn't, those were just expensive. And then the metal aluminum roofing that we used on top, that ran us about $600, $640. So those were, you know, pretty expensive pieces, and not as far as when it comes to what is it called, the asphalt roofs. We didn't want to go that route. We wanted to keep it a metal look. But like I said, about $2,000. So I feel like we're still pretty good on budget. I wanted to spend no more than $45,000 for the house total, and we've spent $20,000 for just this one part. But that is including all my kitchen stuff I have. So I have my double oven, I have the dishwasher, I have the electric on the top countertops it's stove, the range. I have all of that, and we're ready to go on this side. We'll only have to buy sheetrock and all the framing and wood stuff. We already have the front door, so it shouldn't be too much more spending. I do have to buy cabinets, but we think we're going to build this island, so we'll see. So that's it for this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I hope this answered questions that some had, and like I always say, like and subscribe. Please tell your friends and family to come and subscribe. Help us get our subscriptions up. We do have our Patreon page that if you want to donate and help us out, $5, $10, it doesn't matter. Everything helps. But until next time, we'll see you. Bye.